Okay, so now we move on to the Masters Blue Belt divisions, and there were some very interesting matches there as well. Here we go. So the fellow on the right, I believe, is a black belt in judo or a brown belt in judo in addition to his blue belt. And the fellow in the red, see, you can see he's dropping for Nippon Sewanage there, or Morote Sewanage. And the fellow in the red wants nothing to do with that, you know? Shoots in for a, yeah, there you go, see, pulls guard. He did a lapel pull, and then he sits to his guard. I don't know if the fellow in the red belt is aware that the other fellow is a judo player, but he certainly is playing as if he knows that. Anyway, like I said, he did a lapel pull, or did a lapel drag, didn't get it, then he pulled guard. Now the judo guy is up in his guard, and while judo players are obviously good at throwing and certain submissions, judo players are not known for being excellent guard passers, because in judo, there's no reason to pass the guard, because after a few seconds, you just get stood up again. You see what I mean? So they tend to be good at throwing, and then good at maybe catching things in that intermediary world, you know, between throwing and ground, you know, or attacking turtle, defending turtle, they're good at that. But passing guard, not so much. Passing half guard, they're pretty good, because you can pass half guard in just a few seconds, but passing guard takes a while, so they're like, I'm just going to invest more in throwing. Anyway, with this match, what's very interesting is from where we are, you can't really see it, but the guy on the bottom is starting to sink what is a pretty deep cross choke that you can't see from here. And like I said, in Grappling Industries, there's no advantages. But had this been IBJJF rules, I probably would have given the guy on the bottom an advantage for a cross choke that right now we can't see, because it was pretty deep from where I was standing. But like I said, no advantages in Grappling Industries, so nothing. And the guy on the bottom, he's looking for stuff, looking for submissions, looking for sweeps, looking for something. And the guy on top, being a judo player, sometimes what they do is just try and stall the action so the referee stands them up again, which is what happens in judo. You know what I mean? Once it's frozen for a moment, the referee says, Mate stands them up and says, go back to doing those lethal, massive throws here in this gentle art. Gentle way, actually, judo. And you can see the guy on the bottom is still trying to do that cross choke, and the guy on the top is, making sure he's not going to get swept, making sure he doesn't want to get submitted. But, is he trying to pass? He is defending, and the guy on the bottom is looking for stuff, right? And the guy with the red belt there, he's looking for stuff, looking for sweeps, looking for submissions and whatnot. And I am keeping a close eye on what is occurring, He's trying to do a bullfighter pass here. The guy on the bottom is like, no thank you, keeping him in his guard. And with judo players, it's not easy to sweep them because they have pretty good base. And it can be hard to submit them with certain things that exist in judo, chokes and arm locks. Foot locks, they're not as familiar with them. But anyway, the guy on the bottom is looking for sweeps, looking for submissions, and the fellow on top is making sure there's none available. Is the guy on top trying to pass? He had the bullfighter and he was going around a little bit, but it wasn't. At no point did he even get close to holding the guy down, so that's, even under IBJJF rules, that wouldn't be an advantage. It'd be an advantage if you got side control or mount or north-south and were holding it for a second or two, but then the guy regarded, but that's not what happened. At no point did he have a hold. And now he's still continuing to, maintain his base and defending its submissions and stuff. And I believe as the ref, I was considering giving him a stalling penalty, but it wasn't quite, the guy on the bottom was being active enough that the fellow on top was not really stalling so much as defending. And there's no defending penalty. You see what I mean? You don't get penalized for defending. If someone's coming after you like a wild animal and you're defending it, you're defending it, and the guy on the bottom is doing a pretty good job of going after him, and the guy on the top is defending those attacks. Oh, they stand up again. Now watch this. Look at that, and there. You see that? So where I was standing, here, let me just rewind it a little bit. Watch what happens here. Watch this. See how he stands up? The other guy stands up. He tries a shoulder throw. And from where I'm standing, I can't see this little foot sweep, but watch what he does, the judo guy. See, watch this. See how he gets his foot there a little bit? And from where I'm standing, I can't see that at all. From where I'm standing, I saw a pretty deep choke, and I don't see this little foot sweep. You know? Had I been standing on this side, maybe I would have given that too. Because it starts standing, and, you know, the guy ends up on his back. You know, but I wasn't on this side, I was on that side. So on that side, I saw a wicked deep choke that we couldn't see from this side. And from this side, we saw this little sort of Ashiwaza foot pick thing that I didn't see on that side. So it just goes to show you, where you are standing is hugely influential as to how you score a match, you know? Yep, and I believe that was the end of the fight. So after this match, I was speaking with the coach. The coach is like, why didn't you give him points for that little foot pick thing? And I was like, I didn't see a little, you know, ankle pick. And then I said to him, maybe I'll watch the video later and feel like a jerk, you know? And do I feel like a jerk? No, because I scored it from where I was standing. And on that side, we saw a wicked deep choke that you couldn't see from this side. And on this side, there was a little foot pick that you couldn't see from that side. That's why some matches there's referees on, you know, there's 3 referees. Anyway, here we go again. Is this the same fellow? I don't know. I think it is. Fighting another fellow. And he's looking for a single leg. Boom, and over they go. There you go. So I wasn't sure what to score that for a moment, but then I thought, you know what? That's a sweep, because the dude in the black took him down, and then the dude in the navy or whatever turned him over. So, and I thought the coach was yelling at me for the 2 for the takedown, and I was like, that's not 2 for a takedown. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's a sweep. Yeah, that's the sweep, because he went bottom to top, you know? So the guy on top has 2 points. The guy in the bottom under IBJJF rules would have gotten an advantage for that throw, because he threw him but then didn't hold it for 3 seconds, and then he got swept, which is why the other guy got 2 points. And now the fellow on top. I don't know what he's looking for here. There it is, a shoulder lock. Whoa, that's really on. And that's the end of that. You know what I mean? That's the end of that. There you go. Now I believe this is is this the finals? I don't know. So the fellow on the left was the judo player that competed earlier. Fellow on the right just won by submission. Let's see what happens here. Yep. Does the judo player try some throw? A judo throw? He's trying various. He's setting up some kind of judo throw, maybe, you know? I'm surprised the guy in the Navy hasn't just pulled guard or done a throw that doesn't exist in judo, you know? To be standing like this with a judo player, not the greatest strategy in the world, you know? But then again, you get people who say, hey, I'm going to beat you at your own strengths. Screw exploiting your weaknesses. I'm going to best you at your best. See there? Yeah, see right there. Tried a Ippon Seoinage shoulder throw there, but didn't really work for him. Now the guy's taking his back. There's the 4. You know? See, in judo, it wouldn't matter because having the 4, having the 2 hooks in is worth nothing in judo. They would just stand you up again. But here, guy gets the hooks in, that's 4, seals the deal, game over. You know what I mean? So that's the risk you run when you try throws like that. There you go. Alrighty. That's that. See you next time.